There we go. I thought there'd be a chest in here. 3 chests. 5 chests. Oh, 6 chests.
Hi! Hi! If you were the best scientist in your field, and you had the choice of either getting bad cow disease or finding the best experiment of your life, what would you choose? Follow me if you want to live. Why don't you come here and fight my black hole? I will tell you all about my black hole.
Alright, Bujerba. We're in Bujerba. Close up cam. Whoa. 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 They were all twirling around. That was hilarious. Somebody should clip that. It's a rad tornado.
Ranger's the pervious perv. Damn.
Just one thing I'll do is I think, yeah, I haven't,
All this is useless.
I've only been here with Kamala, I think.
Time, grasshopper.
Which means,
Hey there, welcome to the Anthill. I'm Cerise, Theo's twin sister. I've got the same powers as my brother. Mortal twins at your service.
Portal Twins. Alright, here's another one.
Cheesy bread. What's cheesy bread? You do. Nobody likes cheesy bread.
A she slime. No one's late like Gaston, makes you wait like Gaston. No one cancels last minute as great as Gaston. I just noticed the potion is spelled wrong. Look at that. Hey, Kimari. Look, it says Potoin. It doesn't say potion. I never noticed that before. The other one's spelled right? That one's spelled right. What's a Potoin? Is that a bad potion? I don't know how I got a Potoin on there, but whatever. Whatever, yo.
20 seconds.
Avengers. Always a thorn.
Nice. That was perfect timing. I was right. Thought that melee one of them.
And you need some potions, shields.
We've seen the future, Monica.
Oh yeah.
Project Omega didn't save the world. It ruined it.
You right the lead?
I'm about to die.
Beyond anything you could
There we go.
You right the lead here.
Alright, we're done.
Yeah, potions.
I done equipped some stuff. I like the way it felt in my mouth. There we go. I thought there'd be a chest in here. 3 chests. 5 chests. Oh, 6 chests. So it's lots of hunts. So we got 2 hunts down today. That wasn't too bad for like a 2.5, a little less than 2.5 hour stream today. We got 2 hunts down. Hopefully we'll be able to get a couple more on Tuesday. Alright guys, so this is Hey, what's up everybody? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got a little bit of new setup. We got goodies a little bit easier to see there behind me. What I need to figure out is how to make my camera view in here different, because I don't really want the circle, but I want the circle when I'm in my other scene. So I wonder if I have to make like two sources that both go point to the same place and then like disable one or the other. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some tutorials on how that works. Wish I could just make that bigger, but oh well. You can kind of see my cable management down here. Not so great. But the office looks a lot nicer. Feels like I can breathe a little bit better. I still have some cleanup to do next to me. But we'll see. Let's get to the matter at hand. Because I don't have a ton of time. I got about an hour. A little less than an hour. Alright, so this is what we're opening. And actually I could probably, go over just a little bit like that. There we go. That keeps it maybe a little more in frame. I'll come up a little bit like that. Yeah, that seems to be pretty good. All right. So, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to kick this off like a normal YouTube video, and then we'll see how this goes. But we have some Expedition 33 stuff to open. Man, I'm so tired lately. Ugh. Good Lord. Let's see. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? All right. I think we can move forward. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sir Mr. Clean, and we're back with another unboxing video. This time, I've got some Claire Obscure Expedition 33 goodies here. One is the Expedition 33 Mirror Edition, and then we also have the, I think it's like kind of the collector edition. So I think this is the Monolith, and I think it also might come with a notebook and like a metal case. So we'll see what all is in these boxes here in just a second. But first, I want to thank you guys for being here. We do lots of content around Dragon Quest games, Final Fantasy games, RPGs in general. I've been doing full playthroughs. They are incredibly tedious, but they're a lot of fun. I enjoy them. For a while, we were doing Magic the Gathering, card pack openings, We've also done a lot of polls from Gotcha Games, so things like that. So if you're interested, every once in a while we'll also do reactions to trailers or video game reveals or like the Game Awards, things like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, this is where you need to be. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all the good stuff. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out a ton. So thank you for that. All right, let's get into this. First thing I'm gonna do is open up the Mirror Edition. Originally, when I got the game, it was just digital, so I just bought it digitally, and I played through it. Put in over 80 hours in the main game. All right, here we go. Mirror Edition. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in here. Oh my goodness. Looks like there are two main pieces here. We've got a steel case. Look at how pretty that looks. Try to hold it up to my camera here. So we have the Expedition 33 steel case. We got Verso on here, Mael on here. Actually, that's not Mael. That's Alicia. And then inside, we've got, ooh, what is this? It's a little wrapped thingy. What is this supposed to be? Oh, I think they're collector art cards. So we've got Lune here. Let's go ahead and open this, because this is my collection. I'm not looking to resell it. I don't care if it doesn't need to remain unopened. Oh, you know what I need? I need like a letter opener. That wasn't great. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's all right. It's mine. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Sorry about that delay there, folks. All right. I don't think we damaged them at all. All right. So we got Lune. I think they're random too. They might not be. They might not be all the same for everybody. So we got Lune. We got Renoir. And we got Verso, which is pretty cool because I really like Lune, and I really like Verso, and I really like Renoir. Honestly, all the characters are fantastic. So, all right, so we're going to put these in the steel case to keep them nice and safe for now until we figure out if we're going to display them anywhere. The other thing that it came with, obviously, is the game itself. So I bought the PS5 version, so we actually have a game cartridge, or a game CD, physical copy of it. I don't think I'm going to open that right now because there really shouldn't be anything in there. And that is it. So we're going to actually throw this back in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep the steelbook out because I think this Monolith comes with a steelbook also. I want to see if I don't know if they're the same. I don't know if they're going to be the same. All right, so this one came in a box with like padding and stuff around it, but there wasn't any shrink wrap around it, so it's already like just basically ready for me to uncover. So it says there, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 right on top. It's got Mael on the one side, Verso on the other, the Monolith on one side. So we got Verso here. We got Mael there. So let's open this bad boy. All right, so this is a cover, and I don't know if that comes off. We're going to leave it on there because I don't know if that's supposed to come off. We're going to leave that on there. All right, Expedition 33. So here is the steelbook, and it is different. So there are two different steelbooks. Both, one has Gustave and Mael, and one has Verso and Alicia. So that is pretty rad. I am very glad that I have 2 different steelbooks to go with this now. That is fantastic. So 2 different steelbooks. Love it. I believe this is a Expedition 33 journal. So let's take a peek as to what is actually what this journal actually is. Is it a journal that I could write in? I don't think I will, but all right, let's see. Is it empty? Ooh, look at that. We got a little picture of Sophia. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got a little picture of home base there with the Eiffel Tower all kind of jacked up and stuff. Oh, okay. So this is actually like a little concept art book. That is very cool. That's Lumiere. Is that the name of the place? Lumiere. So there's pictures of all this stuff. Is the whole book? Yeah, the whole book is like concept art. It might not even be concept art. It actually might be just art specifically for this. There's like some enemies from the game. That's really cool. That's really cool. I like that journal. Okay. Now we get into the meat. This is the monolith. Let's take a peek at this guy. Oh, this is I think this is metal. Look at that. So look at that. It says Expedition 33 on the front. It's got the paintress leaned over there. It's got the 33. It's pretty good size. I mean, and then it looks like it's a music box. Did I not know this? I hope you can hear that okay. There we go. That's better. Shoot, you know what? The whole time I think my volume was turned down there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to leave it out because I'm going to put it on my shelf. All right. Well, there we go. Expedition 33 Mirror Edition, as well as the Expedition 33 Monolith set, which is basically like their collector edition. That's basically what it is. It's a collector edition. It doesn't come with the game. This box did not come with the game. Now the mirror edition is the physical copy, and it came with its own steel case too. So to recap, it came with 2 different steel cases. I love them both. One with Gustave and Maëlle, and one with Verso and Alicia. Very, very cool stuff. These are definitely going to be prominently shown behind me on my gaming stuff. And I think when I'm not doing videos like this where I need to use my camera close up, I might actually put a camera over there so that I can show you guys like what is behind me. So we'll see how that works out. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video as we my game of the year, as we unboxed my game of the year for 2025, Expedition 33 stuff. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. All right. Now, we're going to open up Hero Quest. I'll just use just chatting. There's 500,000 people in just chatting. That's crazy. That is nuts. I might have to turn the volume up on that video. That's all right. That's all right. This one's gonna be fun because I love the original. I gotta make sure. I gotta make a very concerted effort to not leave stuff on my desk if I bring it over. Right now, there's just too much shit on my desk all the time. All right, we're gonna put the monolith over here because it's pretty sweet looking. Okay. All right, we're gonna get started with this one. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sir Mr. Clean, and we're back with another unboxing. This time, something very dear and near to my heart. I played this game with my brother. We played the crap out of this game in the 90s, and even a little bit as we got older, but mostly in the 90s. It's a game called Hero Quest. This was before I even knew about Dungeons and Dragons. It's a game system where you've got 4 heroes. You've got a dwarf, a fighter, a dwarf, a thief, an elf, and a barbarian. And you basically do, it's a dungeon crawler. So you've got this board, you've got a dungeon master, so it's up to 5 players, one being the dungeon master. So you need at least 2 people, 2 to 5 players. There's also a way on the new system to use an app on your phone as the DM. So you don't need someone to be the DM. You can just play the game and then the phone will do the DM stuff for you, which is pretty cool. And I have no idea how it actually works, but we'll check it out too at some point. But you have a person who's a DM, 2 to 5 players total, just like a D&D campaign. And it's got like a quest book that has a bunch of different quests in it. I think in the original game there was like 12 or 14 quests. And there's a bunch of miniatures for the heroes, for all the enemies. There were like little closed doors and open door miniatures. There was like room things, furniture and stuff. So there's bookcases and like a rack and tables and alchemy and like a wizard's a magic book on a table with candles on it, and it was incredibly detailed. And there was like cards for your spells and your weapons and your items and random monster encounters and treasures that you could find. There were secret traps. It was very, very cool game. also very simple to play. You basically just have multiple dice, attack dice and defend dice. You take damage. It's just, I thought it was a brilliantly simple system, a great way for somebody to get into these type of tabletop games. So I loved it. I loved it. There were 2 expansions at the time. One was, I think, Keller's Keep and Return of the Witch Lord, I think is what it was called. Now Hasbro, I think, Avalon Hill and Hasbro combined, and they brought it back. They brought the original game system back. I think you can buy it. Was kickstarted. I think you can buy it now for like $130 or $120 or something like that. The full game system. It spawned a whole bunch more expansions. So the original expansions are there, Keller's Keep and Return of the Witch Lord, and now there's like, I want to say there's at least like 6 or 8 other expansions. And I was at Target last night and I found this, which I think is on my Amazon wish list, but I'll have to go remove it now. I thought this was an expansion, but it's actually a smaller version of the entire game system. So it's, if anybody here has played Gloomhaven, there is a kind of smaller introductory version of that called Jaws of the Lion. This is basically the Jaws of the Lion of the HeroQuest universe. So it's 10 unique quests. You still have your 4 heroes. And then there's a dragon miniature. So those are the miniatures that you get. The rest of them are like cardboard cutout monsters and stuff like that. I don't know what else is really in here. I think there's item cards, there's magic cards, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm guessing it's a lot of the same things that are in the base system, just a smaller, condensed, not as impressive version, because the full game has all the miniatures. This doesn't, so I think that's why the price is a lot less. But yeah, it even says right on it, it's featuring a dragon miniature. And in the original game, there was not a dragon, there was a gargoyle. So what's nice is all of this is built to work together. So this plays with the rest of the game systems. So this isn't like an instead of, this is an yes, please give me more type thing. So I'm very excited about this. Also because I'd like to introduce my kids into the HeroQuest world, and eventually I want to get the game system again because I have the original still. I rebought it. It's not the original version of the game that I had, but I rebought it. But I haven't done anything with the new system because they redid the minis, they redid the cards, they made it. Everything got a facelift, and it's just a very updated version of everything. So I'm very excited about this. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what is actually inside. All right, I got long nails right now, so opening this is actually not too bad, I think. As long as I can pull the plastic out from the area here that I just opened. There we go. Oops, I bumped my microphone. Sorry about that. So it says HeroQuest Game System, First Light. Your hero's journey starts here. Inside this box is everything you need to start playing HeroQuest. So it really is a full version of the game. Oh my goodness, this looks cool. Okay. Cool. All right, so first thing you see, right on top, this is the First Light quest book. So this is the book that has all of the quests in it. It has kind of a things that you tell the players, things that you don't tell the players. So if you've ever played or purchased or used a adventure, a D&D adventure, same idea, just not quite as involved. This universe is not nearly as big as like D&D or anything. So it comes with, there's an alchemy reference. So you've got 4 potions, I guess, that are in the game. I think that's how many were in the original. There might be more in the new and improved version. Talks about all the monsters. So you can see there's a few of them are miniatures. The rest are cardboard cutouts, which I'll be popping those guys out. There's furniture tiles. There's doors. Yeah, so instead of these all being miniatures, all of these things were miniatures in the original game. That these are tiles now. And that's obviously to keep the cost down. So if you want to get into Hero Quest for cheap, I think this was like 40 or 50 bucks. I got it at Target, but you can also order it on Amazon. Then there's kind of some rules. And then I think it gets into the quests. Yep. So you have like every quest basically works like this. You've got kind of the map. This is for Zargon's eyes only, which is the DM, right? And then there's kind of a description of things that happen throughout the quest. So all you really have to do to get started is kind of look at the map a little bit and then read this once over. And they're not very big, right? It's like, it's a half a page of instructions, a half a page is the map, and then you go on to quest 2, and so on. And there's 10 quests in here. Looks like there's, yeah, quest 8, 10. There's a conclusion once you beat all the quests. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So next thing is the rule book. So this is going to go into quite a bit more detail of Hero Quest: The First Light. It's probably going to be very similar to the basic Hero Quest rulebook. I don't know. I'm gonna read through this just because I love it. Even though I already know how to play the game, it'll be good for a refresher. These are the character sheets. Pretty simple. Very similar to like D&D, right? Body points. I'm not sure why they did the body points that way, but that's fine. It's just a way to track your damage. You got your name. You got the type of character you are, attack die, defend die, maximum HP, mind points. Mind points determine like what spells you can use. Weapons, armor, how many quests you've completed, and then you've got like gold coins, potions, other items at the bottom. This is exactly the way the character sheets looked in the original game. So that's very cool that they completely preserve that. And you've got your DM screen, which is a picture of Zargon, who is the sorcerer. And then on the back side, you've got a monster chart. So you have quick reference to all the monster stats and everything. You've got some iconography, some basic information about each of the heroes, stuff that you would probably see even on a D&D DM screen. And then I think all of this is all the punch outs. So we've got trap tiles, we've got staircase, we've got rock tile, wall tiles, bookcases, tomb, rack, alchemy table, regular tables, fireplace, and then you get into all the different monsters. You've got a whole bunch of monsters. If I remember right from the original game, there were goblins, orcs, Fimmers, Chaos Warriors, the Witch King, or the Witch Lord, and a gargoyle. And skeletons and mummies. I think that was it. So I'm interested to see, because I do see things on here like rats. I see the gargoyle on here, and I see orcs. I see a couple other things that I don't recognize. So I'm kind of excited about this idea that there might be some new monster types. Very, very cool. Very cool. I'm excited to punch all those out. Here is our main game board. And it is different from the original game. The original game had a game board, and then every quest was played on that game board. And so there's just different layouts. This one looks totally different. It's pretty big too. This is like I feel like this is way bigger. And it's double-sided. So, oh, see, this is the original game board. Here we go. This is the original game. This is what the original game board looked like. Except this board is bigger, I think. Which is fantastic. So it has two boards. So one is completely looks different than the other, which is awesome. I love it. I love it. I don't remember how I did these. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it. All right, so that's the game board. All right, now we're getting into the really cool stuff like the miniatures. So like here is the dragon. And that is pretty sick. I like the quality of that. That is very cool. So we got the dragon. We've got each one of the heroes, which looks like they've been completely redesigned from the original version of them, which is totally cool. Like the dwarf, I don't think the dwarf did not look like that. We've got the standees for all of the cardboard creatures. We've got the dice. So we've got attack and defend die, which are pretty simple. There are monster defense, which is the dark shields. We've got hero defense, which are the white shields, and then we've got attacks, which are the skeletons. So there's 3 attacks and 3 defenses. 2 defenses are for the heroes and 1 defense is for the enemies. So it's easier to hit, and it's less common to defend, and even more less common for the enemies to defend. So the game is kind of already built kind of in the hero's favor, but we have played games where one of the heroes has died. So it's not, the luck is in the dice, right? And then there's also movement dice. So there's normal D6s there for movement. Let's see. So this is just a cool little piece of cardboard. My guess is that you can put the tiles underneath there or something. That's probably what that's for. Throw all the tiles underneath this to keep it packed in here nicely. The next part is the cards. And so I'm going to go ahead and open these so we can actually look at some of these cards in a little bit more detail. They are pretty freaking cool. All right, sorry. So you've got character cards. So you've got the barbarian, the dwarf, the elf, the wizard. You've got some reference cards, which are just little cheat sheets like how to do movement, how to do actions, stuff like that, which are pretty common nowadays, which is nice. Then we've got magic, right? So we've got air magic. We've got earth magic. We've got water magic. And I believe fire magic, which is somewhere in here. Must have skipped over the fire spells. Yeah, there we go. So there's 4 elements. I think there's 3 spells per. And that's how it was in the original game. I'm not sure what it's like in the full-blown redo of it. There might be more spells. Then there's treasure cards. We've got gold, and we've got hazards, potions. Then there's wandering monster cards. There's artifacts. There's like very specific artifacts, like special swords, special things like that. Looks like there might even be more than I remember. Yep, and then there's monster cards for each of the monsters. So there are, let's see here, there are Dread Warriors. Is that a monster? Looks like it. What do we got here? I want to go through the monsters. So we've got an Abomination. That's new. Dread Warrior seems to take over for the Chaos Warrior. Gargoyle. Goblin. Mummies. Orcs. Skeletons. Zombies. And a dragon. The dragon's new too. The dragon wasn't in the original game. I think they had... Did they have zombies too? Skeletons, mummies, and zombies? They might have. And then they had orcs, goblins, and femurs. So I think there was like 3 green creatures and 3 white creatures. And then the Witch Lord and the Gargoyle. So this one adds in a couple extra monsters, which is pretty cool. Then there's also dread spells. Ah, interesting. There's like a whole nother class of spells. Oh, wow. And these are like pretty strong spells. And then we're getting back to, and then we have, I think, regular equipment. Yeah. So then there's regular equipment that you can just like buy. Between each quest, you're able to do that. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So yeah, this is something we're gonna be getting into for sure. That's exciting. What a way to bring back what I consider one of my favorite board games of all time. Hero Quest has been, yeah, I remember playing it. We would on the back of the quest book, there was an empty map, and I remember printing off a bunch of those maps. I also remember my dad going into a CAD program, I think like AutoCAD, and he rebuilt the map in a much larger, obviously prettier version, and printed them out for us so that we could make quests. And my brother and I would go through and just we would make full campaigns. That's the kind of the beauty of this game, is that it's just like D&D, where you can go through and you can use all the components and you can completely build your own adventures and play with it. And it was a blast. We played this game a ton for years. It's very cool to see it kind of getting this resurgence, especially all the expansions. I'm super excited to start a campaign with my daughters to check it out, and then hopefully maybe bring that up to other people, bring new people into the world of fantasy role-playing RPGs and stuff like that. So that is Hero Quest First Light. A great beginner package for the Hero Quest game system. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you in the next video. Yes, Cheese and Food, to answer your question, it is new. It is new. They reprinted Hero Quest and built kind of a... They reprinted the full thing. They redid the original game system. They redid the original expansions. They added I think there's like 8 other expansions too. And then they also did this, which is it's basically like a light version of it. So similar to like Jaws of the Lion was to Gloomhaven. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited about it. All right, well, I got to go and get ready to go to tap class, so. I will be back later, hopefully. I was hoping to play a game tonight or something, because I don't actually have to work for a change. So, we'll see. Take care.